Join us today as we dive into today's topic on the top economic challenges facing the United States in 2024. Stay tuned to get a comprehensive analysis from inflation in the banking system to job market fluctuations. We'll be breaking down the key issues and their potential impacts to the everyday American. And don't forget to react to the video with your thoughts and predictions below.
Like, seriously, guys, get ready to uncover the biggest economic challenges facing the U.S. You literally will not believe this shit. Like and subscribe.
So, for today, we're going to be starting off with the Pew Research Center, where they start describing the top problems facing the United States. They've got bipartisan differences in the views of inflation, federal budget deficit, unemployment, illegal immigration, crime and gun violence, climate change, and racism.
Let's get right into partisan difference in views of inflation. Do you want to take first, or you want me to?
I mean, I'm just looking at this graph. That's why I'm just silent for a minute. I'm looking at this inflation total graph that they posted there, and I'm just mind blown.
Me too.
In like late, let's say it's like what, roughly 2022, 2021 ish till now. I'm confused, dude. I am so. How do you go from a 57% of your voters, quote unquote, and then drop to 46, an 11% decrease? Republicans are at a 4% decrease, but still at about 80%, and the average total is about 62. Like that's just wild.
I mean, to be honest,
please go ahead. I'm dumbfounded.
Everyone should be able to literally walk to the grocery store, dude, and see that it's a problem. Go fill your car up. Like, very basic stuff. Like, inflation right now is insane. People are literally starving to death, dude. Like, go to the grocery store, you know what I mean? Dude, grocery bills have doubled. That's insane.
If not more.
That's what I'm
like,
saying.
Coffee, man. I love coffee. I will admit I'm a full bore coffee and tea snob. It's bad. If the coffee is too bitter, that's a terrible coffee, because I know the process that goes through to make a coffee, and I know what it takes to make a good coffee bean. And the prices that I'm having to pay for my coffee now is just through the roof, and it frustrates me. Not to mention
78% increase, dude. That's not that bad.
No, not at all. And then eggs. I eat eggs every day. Like, every morning, I start off with 2 eggs, 3 pieces of bacon, and some cheese with my coffee. And eggs have just gone through the roof, and I'm just like, this is wild.
$40 breakfast.
And it's only getting worse.
That's what I'm saying. Should we bring up the article showing what they're doing with the coffee, since you brought it up really quick?
So I did a double check on that. I was going to, and what it was is that that specific data hadn't been updated since 1986. And so it was a specific ounce of coffee that's no longer tracked by the market, because I think it was like 12 to 30 ounce pieces. They've redistributed that into a different category in the inflation. So it's quite off.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know how anybody can look at anybody with a straight face and say that inflation is getting better or is not a problem. It's a major problem, and it's going to get worse with a lot of other stuff we have going on that we're going to bring up for you guys. It's getting crazy. Do you want to move on to the next one?
I mean, did you want to take a look at the federal budget deficit?
Yeah, that's yeah.
Yeah, like the federal. So overall, back in 2018, the majority of us across all demographics were about, in the mid upper 50s. The spread as of today is a 40% difference. All right, 36 if you're gonna, be technical. Where Democrats are just like, oh no, we don't have a budgetary deficit. My guys, are you joking?
I can't not laugh at it, dude.
Are we clowns? Is this a circus?
No,
because
hang on. Do you know what it is? It's we have a huge problem with this in American society. Is when we do a problem or cause a problem, we have a very big problem with admitting, holy shit, this is an issue. We've created an issue. Instead, they would rather just say, I don't see it, and ignore the reality. That goes for Republicans and Democrats, everyone. If you ignore it, it's not there, but it is.
Well, 71% of Republicans believe it is.
What about the other 30? They're dumbasses too.
Maybe they just didn't vote.
Still, that shit should be 100. All of the population.
It's just increasing. I just watch a ticker, and it's just flowing upwards.
But the thing is, dude, even if you're a billionaire, you should be able to look at numbers and be like, holy shit, that's a lot. Anybody should.
I don't think most people can count that high.
That's the point. If the number's higher than you can say or no,
you have a problem.
It's a fucking issue. Bad. Like a really, really bad issue, dude. And it is a really bad issue, and it's only getting worse, which is going to make what? Shit get more expensive and more to add on to that. That'll take hours to talk about that we don't have. So
yeah, all you got to do is if you're in the mood for a new car or even a used car, just go look at the market and tell me why a 2004 Mustang is still selling for $25,000.
Yeah, you don't like that 1997 Honda Civic, 300,000 miles for $32K? Guys, that's an exaggeration, but it's the point behind it.
Actually, wait. I have a real life example. How about a 2022 Camry with red leather interior with 27,000 miles going for $32,000?
That's crazy. I mean, don't get me wrong.
Bro,
I think
my girl just picked up a Bronco Sport for $5K more. That was all after tax, title, and fees and all that other stuff, but
yeah, that's still crazy. Like, people can't even afford a new car. Like, literally, it is more than their entire paycheck. Like, for the year. Like, their salary.
Yeah.
A base car. A base vehicle. Like, what they call throw-out cars. That's what I'm saying. It's called a throw-out car. You own it for 5 years, you get something new. It's supposed to be affordable. It's not, guys. It's not.
But remember, there's no... inflation is not a problem, and there's no issue with the federal deficit budget.
Check out my sweet car I got. What's your payment? $1,200 with insurance.
Yeah, I refuse to get a new car. Absolutely refuse.
Just got 2. And let me tell you right now, it's no joke.
Until I can't drive it no more because it's just wild.
Yeah, I literally just got 2, bro, and it's rough.
I feel bad for you.
I have to where I live.
I know.
So, you know what I mean? It's affecting me. It's affecting you. It's affecting everyone. Rich to poor, guys. This is affecting us all. And it's not a joke. Do we move on to...
Which is why millennials right now, too, are one of the least number of drivers on the road.
Well, not even that. How many of these motherfuckers are living with their parents because you literally cannot afford a fucking mobile home trailer? Like, oh, sweet trailer, how much? $350K. Like, sick, dude. And then that's actually perfect segment right there to cut into unemployment.
Yeah, the break in that... Do we be totally honest with our viewers? Yeah, the break in that... Do we be totally honest with our viewers?
Well, unemployment and illegal immigration are going to tie into each other. So we'll go with...
Well, the unemployment was, us putting... Honestly, me putting a personal touch to it where the slight break in our recording just now was a company that reached out to me for an interview, and what they offered and what they said just didn't line up and led to severe questions that I needed to recap with them.
Yeah,
because the unemployment rate is... I don't understand this, man. Like, it's still pretty high.
It is. I
don't know if it's just that companies just don't want to hire people, or companies are saying they're hiring people and things are just not working, or they have ghost stuff being posted. But I've been trying to find a full-time job since June of last year. Yeah, and what I managed to find was a temporary substitute teacher position because nobody wants to pull an interview with me, and those that do, most of them are just wanting to know the person behind the resume. Now, could it be that the resume is too stacked? I don't know. Or is it not stacked enough? They don't answer. But I'll tell you that I have 4 career coaches.
Hang on. I'll tell you this. It's definitely not that, because it's not just you having that problem. It's literally the entire country is having problems finding jobs. Like, people are quitting their jobs because they're trying to find better opportunities, and then they literally are screwed because they can't find any opportunity. Jobs are posting but not hiring. Like the entry level job, 5 years experience. Oh, we'll pay you 40 grand a year. Like, dude, that's a car. And it's like, and it's like, I have 4 years as a software engineer. Why am I getting 40 grand a year? You know what I'm saying? Like, entry for that is 80 plus. But it's the problem is the price of products right now are so expensive for companies that they can't pay their employees without having to what? Raise their products to the point where nobody will buy them. So who's going to lose out? Not the company. You know what I'm saying? You lose out.
Yeah.
Which leads to what? Extensively high unemployment. And then you also have to, this also ties in with our next segment, guys, illegal immigration. They are bringing in a shitload of illegal immigrants. And you are now fighting them for jobs too. So you're not just fighting me, you, and our other Americans. Now you're also fighting millions upon millions of illegal immigrants for the same job that will take less money than you. You're like, oh, I'm worth 70 grand. They're like, shit, money's money. I'll take 35. And they don't give a fuck because they send it back to their family, and that 35 grand is worth a fuckload. And they're coming from a third world country. They literally live in the fucking dirt, guys. 35 grand of US dollars to them, and they're living homeless. They are fucking happier than a pig in shit. That is so true. That raises unemployment rates by a shitload. And now am I saying that they don't deserve money?
And then
no,
honestly, about unemployment rates as well. Unemployment rates as well. I honestly think that the numbers are skewed because I have other friends that are also unemployed, and they've just stopped seeking unemployment. And so I think that there is a completely large, unrealized number of people that are facing this issue that these numbers don't actually take into account.
Well, you also you got to remember there's people that, oh, I lost my job. Okay, I have a good amount of money saved up. I'm not going to file for unemployment because I can live off my stuff until I find a new job. Or even people that don't even know how to file for it.
Or
I remember my first
unemployment
time
only lasts for 12 weeks.
That's what I'm saying. And then you're done. And if you don't have a job, you're screwed. But you also have to remember, do you remember filing your first time unemployment, dude? It is jumping through hoop. How many people do you think either just quit and gave up or couldn't figure it out? Plenty of people don't even know how to do it, where to find it. You know what I mean? Like my
and they don't make it easy to figure this out either.
No, like my grandparents, if they were working right now and they needed to go for unemployment, they wouldn't know what to do because they're not tech savvy and everything's online. How many people out there don't have computers? You know, most of our people don't know this, but a lot of our country doesn't even have internet. Shit, we have places here that don't even have drinkable water. And you think
honestly, I think some of those places that don't have drinkable water still have internet.
But still, our whole country doesn't have internet. That's a true statement. So how the fuck are you going to file for unemployment if you can't connect to the internet on a computer? I mean, yeah, granted, cell phones, but some people just aren't tech savvy. I understand get with the times, but they're not going to be added to the unemployment number. People whose unemployment has ran out is not going to be counted. The number is a lot higher than you guys are seeing. And it's
barely registering to the voters.
Yes.
But you know what is registering to the voters? Illegal immigration.
Is insane. You guys, if you want to see more about illegal immigration, go to we posted a video like 3 weeks ago about illegal immigration. Go there and watch it. And it'll tell you a lot of good details on what's going on with illegal immigration. It is insane about what's going on. And I feel bad for Democrats, Republicans, because we're both getting screwed and we're both paying it, and we're arguing over it when we shouldn't be, in my opinion. Like, all of us as a whole are literally getting bent over and ramrodded in the ass. Sorry, YouTube, but that's a fact. And
too much infighting.
But it's true, dude. Like, everyone is paying for it. Everybody. We all are getting fucked. We need to stand together and shut this shit down for our family. Your family's going to be without a home. Your family's not going to be able to eat. Your family's not going to be able to do this. You're not going to be able to drive to fucking work if you can't make money. You're going to get fucked, and you're going to get replaced by somebody who will take less money than you because they've had less their whole life. So a little to them is more. Get ready
That
because
is
it's
true.
coming. What do you think? All
You know what's
these
funny?
millions.
Or-
What do these people think? All these millions of people that are coming in are just going to be like, I don't ever need a job. Like, and all the
Well, I mean,
companies are
right
leaving our
now,
fucking country for China and shit, anyways. So we're losing jobs as we're gaining people. We are literally losing companies as we are gaining people. That is not a sustainable. That's not sustainable.
especially in the tech industry,
Everywhere's,
that's
dude.
just specifically.
They're leaving everywhere's because these companies are like, hey, we can move to this country and we can pay them pennies a day. Why the
And the
fuck would
same
we
work will
not
get
do
done.
that? And the same exact work at the same level will get done. And then, so they leave. And there's no incentives to stay. That's the issue. There's no incentives to stay. So we're losing jobs, gaining people. You tell us what's going to happen in the comments, please. If you do not believe what we are saying, please comment below and tell us what you think is going to happen when we get a mass influx of immigration, illegal and legal, and our jobs leave. Please let us know because we love everybody's opinion and we believe that you all should have one.
Which, from the illegal immigration, it's a good segue to go into the gun violence and violent crime. I'd like to put kind of those two together because, if I'm not mistaken, and I could be wrong, please correct me, there's been an uptick on that, and it's not the American people.
It's so bullshit. Bullshit. I will not agree with that on you. I love you to death, but I won't because what about our cities getting fucking burnt down? You're not going to talk about that's crime. That was not illegals.
By the American people?
Yeah, fuck yeah, dude. Look at all our cities that burnt down when they were protesting. You're going to tell me that that's not crime? My ass. And who the fuck gets stuck paying that? All of us?
I was just saying that there was a larger uptake because of the illegal immigration that was coming in.
Oh, yeah, because they're not paying attention to who they're bringing in.
Yeah,
They're
that's
fucking
where I was
dangerous
going with that.
criminals. Yeah, they're literally dangerous criminals. What do you think? They're going to come here and just fucking whoop-de-doo change my life? I'm a fucking saint now? No. If they're violent where they're from, they're going to be violent where we're here.
Let me not even get into the cartels currently taking over most of the drug industry in the United States.
Dude, I shit you not. I seen a video yesterday of a cartel guy bringing children and stuff over the border, which is cool. Like, they're safe. You know what I'm saying? Glad
Yeah.
the kids are safe. For real. But he was like laughing at the camera and throwing his hands up like, whoop, what the fuck are you going to do about it? I was like, wow, dude. This dude's
Well,
broad daylight.
I'm not even talking about that. I was talking about them literally forcing out. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not. I don't.
Just say it, dude.
I don't know if I want to do.
Do it.
The
We're here to
cartel are
inform
literally
people.
pushing out the small petty drug dealers and taking over their enterprise and expanding their reach throughout the entire United States.
I'll tell you this, dude. I'm from a really, 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 really small town. And the drugs here are getting insane. Like, dude, it's crazy. We have people dying from heroin overdoses like fucking every day here. It's
And
crazy to
fentanyl
see.
and MDMA.
That's what I'm saying, but it's crazy to see where I live because that's not the
Yeah.
type of shit. This is like fucking retirement central. And people are dying, and it's like, how? Like, these people are coming from the city and bringing shit with them. It's which are being where are they getting their shit? Cartel, shit like that. People, the drugs have to come from somewheres, people. And your local buddy isn't growing enough fucking pot in his garage to fund a 300,000 pound fucking thing a month. Like, what do you think it's coming from? What do you think dudes have a 400,000 square foot fucking lab in their backyard? Use your heads. You don't like that's so true though. Now I'm not saying like people don't do that. They sure do, but that's not the majority of it, for sure. I haven't met anybody in my entire life that has enough set up to fund everything going on. Have you? Even a 1% of it.
No, and I will make this one comment. I just pulled up an article from The Hill that I had seen recently. Now maybe pronouncing this incorrectly, so I do apologize. The Sinaloa cartel, the U.S. operation, is credited with pioneering the deadliest drug threat in the United States history, reaping billions in profits from the fentanyl trade alone. They've dominated by its manipulation of the global supply chain and literally pushed out all other smaller drug dealers because they're producing these synthetic drugs for cheaper and faster.
All
It's
I'm gonna
wild.
all I'm gonna say, guys, is it's bad when the drug dealers are getting mad. When the drug dealers are publicly speaking and saying, "Hey, I'm pissed. Somebody's taking over my drug operation," it's fucking serious. Hey, I'm doing something illegal, but I'm gonna speak out about it because I'm getting fucked. Like that's crazy. When you
That's
think
why
about
I'm bringing this up about it, because that's what I saw an article about that too, and I was like, the audacity, the sheer audacity.
like imagine ratting yourself out on doing something highly illegal because you're that upset that cartels are coming in and robbing your drug money.
Yeah, and then you've
Like,
got the Yellow Cinco cartel.
but that's what I'm
They're
saying.
operating, and they're the ones who took over the cocaine and marijuana industry. Now they have massive hubs in Los Angeles, Seattle, Chicago, Atlanta, Charlotte, and North Carolina.
I will say, the next thing that we're covering, I'm really liking the numbers I'm seeing. I'm gonna eat this part up, but um, yeah, dude, it's bad when drug dealers are speaking out about their drug spot being taken. That's insane. That's like a child rapist, dude, being like, "This dude's raping all the kids I'm trying to rape." What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Literally the same concept, guys. Think about that.
That's a wild notion.
Dude, isn't that insane? When you think about it like that, that's
I mean, it's in a
fucking
bit extreme
crazy.
of an analogy, but
But it's the
I, you
same
know,
concept. It
I
is
I
extreme.
struggle to argue against it. I do.
It is extreme, but sometimes you have to say the extreme for people to see the non-extreme side. You know what I'm saying?
I do.
It, it's literally the
That's
same
why
concept.
I'm just sitting here going, "Oh, we're fucked."
Literally, as I said that, I was like, "Holy shit, that's so crazy!" Oh my, like, come on, what?
And then
fuck?
all of this is impacting the affordability of our healthcare.
Oh, 100
Because the
percent.
more people that are getting sent to hospitals because of drug overdoses, it's increasing the cost at the hospitals. That cost has to be passed down. It
Yeah.
gets passed down to the people. It gets passed down to your insurance companies. Don't even get me started on the insurance companies.
Yeah, I know.
They've pissed me
Premiums
off this
go
year.
up. Premiums go up. Everything goes up, dude. It's all affecting. Everything affects everything. It's with like an economy.
It's all
It's
interconnected.
crazy. Yes, it is all of it. If one thing fucks up, it drags everything else down with it. It's very crazy how it works. All right. Do we want to move on?
Yeah.
All right, because I'm gonna end up getting hot-headed on that subject. I already am.
Yep.
All right.
That's why we're moving on.
Yeah, dude. I get really, really pissed about that shit. Sorry, guys. Climate change. I'm liking what I'm reading, dude. Almost a third of Americans, 36% say, which is way too high. Climate change is a very big problem, but it's down from 11 points since 2021. People are waking the fuck up. Let's go.
Now, I studied the climate for some time. Like this is a personal little fun study of mine. And the issue that I have with this is that we're taking a super duper teeny eeny itsy bitsy sample and trying to expand it to everything. We don't know enough about our global what's the word I'm looking for?
Climate index.
Our the Earth's cycle. The Earth has a cycle of hots and colds. We don't know enough about it to know if this is higher than normal or less than normal.
Well,
And we're so focused on that. But I will tell you that yes, the oceans are heating up. There's a significant amount of CO2 being pumped into the atmosphere, China. And what I can't say for certain is if that's having a direct correlation to it or if it's just a causation.
Okay, no, I have a side argument for that. Okay, the oceans are supposed to be heating up because what are we coming out of? We're still coming out of the last ice age. Okay,
Right,
it's
which we don't
proven.
know how hot the Earth is supposed to get. That's my point.
Exactly.
This could be just normal, but we don't know.
And also enough CO2. Trees. There's enough trees to combat the amount of CO2 that we're pumping into the atmosphere. Just so everybody knows, there is a study done on that, and you can look it up. Why do you think Bill Gates, scumbag, fuck you, literally came out publicly and he was like, "Yo, I want to we need to kill the trees." Also, guys, if they're saying all this is happening and the water is rising, what the fuck? Where's the water rising? Because I haven't seen it in my entire life go up. Has anybody else? Have you?
I have.
Where?
In certain wait, hold on. In certain aspects, I have noticed that the tides have been increasing coming into the inland time after time, especially during king tides, where more and more areas being affected by this. I'm not saying that the sea level in and of itself is rising, but the highs and lows are getting higher and lower.
But if the lower's getting low too, it's going to even itself out.
That's my point.
It's like you guys also have to remember it's bamboozlement. So they get free money, they get to line their pockets. This is my opinion, guys. It does not mean it's a fact. You can have your own. That's okay. But why
I
is
mean,
it
at the
that
same
they
time,
well,
we're
hang on?
also building homes. Like
Beachfront
nature.
homes, which
Oh,
banks will not
yeah, that's
give
where I'm
you
going to.
a bank will
We're
not give you a
destroying the
fucking loan for
natural
something.
barriers that the Earth had in place in order to combat erosion. Now, if they're saying that erosion is the sea level rising, no, no, those are different. Sea level rise is the increase of level of sea. Erosion is the sea eating away at it. You delete all the mangroves off the coast. The mangroves are what was stopping all the erosion from happening. Now you're going to have significantly large amounts of erosion. Good luck fixing that.
It'll be impossible. And
You take away the natural barriers, you're going to cause additional problems.
another weird aspect is like, okay, so a bank isn't going to give me a 30-year mortgage, right, on something that won't exist in 30 years because they won't get their money or be able to. If I can't pay my payment, they can't. What are they going to do? Take the ocean that took my house? Like, oh, we claim the water on the land. You know, it's like, no, dude. Like all these people are telling you climate change, don't do this, climate change, don't do that, as they're hopping on their private fucking jets and flying everywhere as they go, guys.
Oh, don't get me started on fires.
But think about it, dude. Like they're telling you your car's the problem when they're taking an hour flight in their private jet that accumulates more than your entire car will in the existence of your life in one flight.
Yep.
Literally. And then they're like, oh, well, don't buy, oh, the oceans are going to rise. Oh, well, let me go buy this beachfront property for $30 million. Like, bro, if it was going to rise and it was going to be gone, they wouldn't spend $30 million in the house because they'd never be able to recuperate their money. Ever. That it just
And then with
doesn't make
it
sense.
doesn't make sense. No, not at all.
To me, that doesn't make sense at all.
And with the fires, people are building homes in fire-prone areas. Most of what was put into near the Rockies, where a lot of these fires are happening, are eucalyptus or gum trees. The gum, not like chewing gum, like tree sap gum. I just need to make that clarification for
I
people.
know. That's why
Is
I giggled.
highly flammable. We put it there because they were fast-growing trees. Well, if you don't do natural burns to then fix the soil, then you're going to run into problems.
I
And
agree.
you're going to run into out of control wildfires. Also, knowing that that is a wooded area prone to fire, why are you building a home there?
True.
Thank you for increasing the insurance rates out of your own stupidity.
Also, there's another fun fact that certain trees need fires to actually seed. Did you know that?
Yes, I did. Do you want to know why I know this?
I don't know. I went to a national park and they taught me about it. So that's how I'm not gonna lie. That's how I know. It's not something
Oh, I
I
lived
thought.
in Australia for 2 years, and I spoke to all of the fire people out there because I was a firefighter when I went there. Not that I worked there as a firefighter, I just went through fire academy and learned all about fires. So yeah,
Yeah, I went to the national park where the geysers are. I can't even think of the name of it right now.
Yellowstone.
I went to Yellowstone and they were doing natural burn, so I ended up asking, because you know me, dude, I'm a question asker, and they're like, yeah,
Hell yeah.
we we do these to make sure that there's not over, like a giant forest fire, so we control burn, and it also helps plant like the new trees that need to grow and stuff like that. And I was like, wow, dude, that was actually awesome information to learn. I was literally like dumbfounded. You know what I mean? I was like, how did I not know that?
Yeah,
But
because the
yeah,
dead foliage will end up building up, and then that just builds up too much over time, and you won't be able to control that. But if you do small controlled burns, you'll be able to mitigate those sections, thereby decreasing the massive burns that'll end up happening if you just put it off too long.
yeah. It's controlled burns are common in a lot of things. I mean, even farmers do it.
Yeah, it's mitigation for disaster management, another area that I studied.
Yeah, it's crazy. I think I think climate change is made up for money and political gain. But they're going to blame us as they're literally, we have proof, guys. This is not a conspiracy theory. We have
I mean,
proof that we are making our own fucking storms. We have proof of that now. They posted videos of them making rain clouds to create rain. You're going to tell me that's not going to fuck up the climate?
absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like, oh,
Especially with
well,
what
your
they're using.
car's doing it, not the storm that we just created. Did you see, what was it? Dubai flooded their half of their country messing with it.
Yeah.
Literally
You know that
flooded.
what they're putting into there to make that happen is highly poisonous?
I bet it is. All of it is.
They did a full study on it, and they decided not to do it because it wasn't worth the the after effects. And look at us now. We're
That's
doing it anyways.
That's like when they tried to lie to us about chemtrails. Like, BS, dude. I've worked on planes, and they sure in the fuck do not leave big ass trails. They're not supposed to. They're not. They can leave trails behind them, but they don't sit in the sky for 2 hours. And then remember, they accidentally, this was years ago, they accidentally posted that video of them leaving the fucking thing on when they pulled into the airport.
Yeah.
Dumbasses. How stupid can you fucking be?
Like, chemtrails don't make a grid pattern.
Go take soil samples of your local soil, guys, and see the shit that's in your soil that's not supposed to be. That's from the shit they're putting in the sky. And that's not a conspiracy theory anymore. That's fucking true as shit now. Which is crazy to think. And all that stuff goes into your drinking water, guys. That goes into your food that you grow. It doesn't stop, and it poisons you, and it definitely fucks up the climate, dude. We're doing crazy shit. Bill Gates went and said he wants to block out the fucking sun. Did you see that?
I did not see that.
The dude literally said he wanted to block the fucking sun out to cool it, to cool Earth. Like, are you an
Yeah,
idiot?
silver iodide. That's what they're using for cloud seeding, or potassium iodide. Sometimes they'll use dry ice. Occasionally they'll use table salt. But the most common that I've seen used is silver iodide.
That's not good at all.
No.
And you wonder why we all feel like shit and we're getting sick and crazy shit's going on, dude. Like, what the fuck? Wake up,
I
people.
mean,
Both
is all of
sides.
that eventually impacting things? Yes. I think there's cause and effect. Every action has an equal or greater reaction.
I agree. Do you want to move on to racism?
Yeah.
All right, this is a hot subject, guys, and we're not trying to piss anybody off. Just to start that off, neither of us are. We love
I will
everybody.
say, though, that looking at the graph from Pew Research, I do think that racism is becoming less of a problem, but it is still a problem.
Me too. Me too. I think some of the shit is fucked up, but I also think that there's a lot of racism going on towards white people now, also.
Are we allowed to talk about that?
We're talking about whatever the fuck we want. You guys, just so you know, we're on Rumble too. Search us up if they take this shit down. Because they have been.
Yeah, they've been stealing our likes.
Yeah, they've been taking our likes and views away to try to. Yes, it's horrible. So we're on Rumble too. But I think that racism is a huge problem for whites, blacks, whatever race you are. I do. Because now you have massive racism happening towards white people. They're calling white people racist pigs in this, when a lot of Americans' ancestors fought to free slaves because they didn't believe in it. So don't believe what they're saying. A lot of people have fought and family has died to free slavery. And you're going to tell me that they're racist? Like, no, they're not. That's not racism. Don't let them fool you. Don't let the Democratic Party of racism fool you. Remember, the Republican Party was started to fucking stop racism. That is literally why it was started. And they're like, oh, the Republicans are the racist ones. Like, motherfucker, what the fuck? Like, what? You're going to tell me Abraham Lincoln was a fucking Democrat? Think about that.
Oh, I don't have to. I live it every day when I'm substituting people. It's rather hilarious.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you have to be a fucking turd. You have to be a legitimate walking turd with some Mr. Hanky shit to believe that. You
But
guys,
it is
the
nice
problem.
to see that it is decreasing, though. Like, it's
It
still a
is.
problem, but it is decreasing.
I think this is me talking. This does not mean it's a fact. I think they're trying to suppress all of us for total government takeover. Not even shitting you. That's what I believe. You can call me crazy. I am
Oh, you're
crazy.
talking about one world order.
Yeah, I think they're trying to suppress all of us. And they're trying to make us all hate each other. Divide and conquer, bud. It's been around since the dawn of time. If I hate you and you hate me, I don't give a shit what you're doing. Look at the Republicans and Democrats now. A Republican can't even be fucking friends with a Democrat. A Democrat can't even be friends with Republicans nowadays because they hate each other so much. Like, bro, just
I
get
can't wait for the
along.
friend of my the enemy of my enemy to become my friend.
But that's the thing is
That
we
that's
all need
that's
to
the
sit
next step, bro.
down
That's gonna be the
and
next step. You watch.
but we need to sit down and fucking realize that they're the fucking problem, not us. They
Yep,
are.
that's what I'm talking about.
And people like want to ignore history so much that they're fucking idiots about it. And the problem is
I
you
mean, it's
can't even go
also
to
suppressed.
college and learn about history because the college is so butt fucked by Democrats that it's like, what the fuck? They teach you what the fuck they want you to know, not what you should know. Then that's true as shit. It's crazy, dude. I just want everybody to be loved, taken care of, and treated equally. That's
Why can't
it.
we all just get along and work towards a common goal and see everybody get uplifted? Why
Fuck,
do we have to
just
keep
meet in
fighting
the
each other?
middle. You get this, we get that. Meet in the fucking middle. You don't need total control to be content with your life. That's fucking psychotic. That is psycho. But it is what it is, and now look at where we're at. You know what I mean? It's fucking crazy, dude. I feel bad for the white people that fought with Martin Luther King Jr., dude. The white people that did stand by him, who they definitely did. It was not just black Americans, because they're not African Americans, guys. They're fucking Americans. You know what I mean? To sit there and be laughed at in their face and called racist as you know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's crazy, dude. That's so degrading.
I've seen so many videos from older, much much older retired vets that are just losing their shit over what's going on. The stuff that they fought for, they're just watching everything that they so wholeheartedly believed in
Yep,
crumbling around them.
me too.
And for what?
I seen a video of an old guy literally crying and being like, "My friends did not die for this." Like, and he was
That's the video I'm
crying,
talking about.
dude. He was. I felt so bad for the guy, bro. I was like, "Wow."
Like I feel terrible for him. Still feel not felt. I feel terrible for him that he's watching this happen and powerless to do anything.
Yeah, because he's too old now. That guy was younger. You know, he'd set shit up. You know what I mean? Just that's crazy. Dying for nothing.
I mean, the one thing we should definitely cover is cash are going to be in short supply. Because although the Federal Reserve does have the power to just, hey, look, I'm going to push the button to print more money, that's not the answer to this. That makes this problem worse. And fiscal spending, I doubt fiscal spending is going to decelerate by any means, especially with what is potentially up on the horizon. Although, one thing that is going to definitively affect the US economy is consumer spending. As prices are increasing and your money's not going as far, you're going to be spending less. The less you spend, the more it impacts the economy. And it turns into a never ending negative cycle.
Yeah. Look at Germany when they were burning $1 million bills to stay warm because their $1 million wasn't even a candy bar. You can't grow an
I
economy
do.
off that. Also, what about all the money the banks are losing? When the banks
Yeah.
crash, you can't get your money out, guys.
Talk about that. I saw an article posted yesterday
I already got it pulled up.
that $517 billion in unrealized losses hit the banking system.
A lot of money.
63 lenders are on the brink of insolvency. Now, if I'm not mistaken, did they not just bail them out not long ago?
Bail out so much shit, you can't even keep up with it.
I truly can't. And then the FDIC says, "Oh, this isn't a problem
And then
because it's only representing 1.4% of total banks. This is within nominal range for non-crisis periods, which is between 1 to 2% of all banks."
I think that's horseshit.
And then they go on to say that these issues cause credit quality, earnings, liquidity challenges for the industry. in addition to deterioration of current loan portfolios.
You know
But
what else
these
is
issues to get Sorry, go ahead. I was just
you know,
finishing off the quote.
you know what else is big news that they won't cover is when the banks crash, guys, and if enough of them do and they say, "Oh, well, it's insured." Guess what? The government prints off more money to pay you back for the insurance monies that they now have to the insurance companies that they now have to bail out. And then inflation gets higher, and then what happens? Your money goes less far. It's worth less. It's just it'll create a chain reaction of
But don't forget, the FDIC does say that the health of the U.S. banking system is in no imminent risk whatsoever, and it warns that persistent inflation, followed by market rates and geopolitical concerns, continue to put pressure on the industry. Ha- Break down this sentence for me, man. I'm going to read word for word. While the FDIC says that the health of the U.S. banking system is at no imminent risk, it warns that persistent inflation, volatile market rates, and geopolitical concerns continue to put pressure on the industry. Are you?
wait, are they
Why are
literally
you
combating
talking?
themselves? And
Yeah, yeah. So they're telling you that the U.S. banking industry is in no imminent risk. What that means is that there's not an imminent problem, nor is there anything in the horizon that is going to cause an issue to the U.S. banking system. While then turning around and saying that our persistent inflation, which we've just covered, and we can all agree with that inflation is quite high, the volatile markets, you're getting shafted by that right now, and geopolitical concerns, which we might be covering in the upcoming episodes, are concerns that are continue to put pressure on the industry. How is that not an imminent risk?
that's what I'm saying. And people will read this and literally be like, "Nah, it's not an imminent risk, bro," because they said it in the
Guys, we
sentence
just
before.
covered bricks not long ago.
Go check that out. That'll blow your mind.
You can't sit there and tell me that with the advent of this coming upon this year, that the U.S. banking system isn't an imminent risk.
If it
There are
works out like they want, the U.S. banking system is legitimately the definition of fucked.
Man, there's countries just not even using the U.S. dollar for trade anymore. You can't tell me the U.S. banking system is not an imminent risk. Our banks invest, they take your money when you put it in and reinvest it into other things so that they can make money on it.
And your interest at the
If
same
those
time.
things aren't there for them to make money on it, you cannot sit here and straight facedly tell me that there's no imminent risk.
Yeah, guys, that's why if you have a big ass bank account and you go to pull out money, you have to actually wait to pull out your money because they've already spent it on something else. Fun fact.
Yeah, because the chance of them having the liquidity cash currently at their premises is slim to none.
Yeah, because to have it at all, it takes days for them to do whatever they have to do to acquire it because they spend it. This is all fuckery of them lying to you. You guys, we are facing Rome, the fall of Rome, in my opinion, right now in front of your face. Now, that might be pushing it. I don't know if you agree, Navigator, but I truly believe that with everything. I really do.
I was going to avoid that topic, but it's funny you say that. I actually studied that entire era, going from Caesar Augustus to Nero, and the correlations and the synonymous pieces that are attached to both of those, them and us.
We're hand in hand, dude.
It makes me take a step back for a moment and go, we're fucked.
You literally
How
have
to
to
fix it?
stop and
I don't know,
breathe.
but we're fucked. Not to mention, the Associated Press recently put out an article that the U.S. economy is also sluggishly it's growing, but the projected rate was 1.6, and after the first quarter, it's 1.3.
Oh,
But remember, the banking industry is not an imminent threat, and inflation is not a problem.
dude, I don't know what to do other than laugh because there's nothing I can do.
There's nothing that's why we're doing this. What we can do is just try to inform the public because neither one of us knows what else to do. We are not dumb individuals. We are highly intellectual people that go through and can read these articles and actually see between the lines and put two and two together and see that it doesn't equal three.
Yeah, guys, that's why
Sorry,
we
Common Core
started this
math.
podcast. That is the only reason we started this podcast slash YouTube channel, whatever you want to call it, information, news, whatever, is to get you guys actually informed away from the bullshit that they're telling you. Like we just read, we literally just read you guys a sentence from a news article that literally combats itself in two different fucking sentences.
Oh no, that's the same sentence.
Well, oh yeah, oh it is. They didn't even stop the sentence. It's the same fucking thing. My
No,
dad.
they use a semicolon, which is a continuation of a sub idea of a piece
I
of that.
didn't. I didn't even see that.
Semicolons all the time.
Yeah, I didn't even see that. So, validating my point even more. We're trying to get you guys real news, and if they want to come for us for that, let them come. Seriously, that's where we're at. That's where I'm at least. You want to come for me for giving people real, true news and the truth behind everything? Come and get it. Because you're not screwing us anymore. You're not. We're done. The American people are fucking done.
They are frustrated.
We're past the point of frustrated, dude. We're done. This shit's got to stop. It's got to stop. We're getting fucked. This is scary. This is the real fucking deal. Because they're dumbasses. Oh, I can't afford a fucking apartment. $1,500 phone. Like, okay, fucktard. And then you're going to tell me, then you're going to come to us and tell us how to fucking manage our shit? Like, fuck you, dude. Fuck you.
This podcast, this video is definitely going to get flagged, bro. We've cursed way too much for YouTube's algorithm to be okay with it.
I don't give a shit. I don't care. We have other platforms if they don't like it. I'm not silencing how I feel and what we feel and how we speak to combat to what they want.
Well, I have one final fact I want to throw into this about consumers and the American people. The consumer spending, it fuels roughly about 70% of the economic growth in our country. It allegedly rose at a 2% annual rate. Okay, you would think that that's good because there's an annual increase, right? Yeah, but that's down 2.5% from the first estimate, which was 3%, plus rates in the 2 previous quarters.
That's bad.
People are spending less on appliances, less on furniture, which is a massive quarterly drop since 2021.
Yeah, what you have to remember, let's think of it in stock market terms. If a company pulled those numbers, their stock would drop, people would sell.
They are, though.
That's what I'm saying.
Did the market drop again today?
The market's dropped every day. Coming from someone who invests, it's every day. It's a shit show.
And then consumer prices rose. Consumer prices rose 33 annual pace, and which is up 1.8% from the fourth quarter of 2023, and the most in any single year.
Which is crazy, dude, because 2020 quarter 3 was 34.8% growth, and right now we're at 1.3. Look at this. Boom, bam.
I would have to agree with the final part of this post, this article here, that these numbers, as I was saying before, and as you were definitely supporting, the economy's weakening.
Oh, massively. You can see it. Go to the store, go to the gas station, go to everything. People can't buy what the fuck they can't afford. Credit cards only go so far.
Rents are getting up. Groceries are going up. Gasoline. I don't know. You know, how in God's green earth is gasoline not going higher than what it is?
Because we're emptying our reserve.
It has to be, because there's no way, given everything else that is going on, that gas is staying steady at this point. Like that doesn't. There's some weird things going on behind there, dude.
So we hang on. This was May 24th. We're releasing 1 million barrels. Biden admin, and also, you guys, this is scary too. Not only are they depleting our reserves, which is showing you right here, Biden administration to releasing gasoline reserves will lower prices at the pump.
These are just short-term solutions to a larger problem they're not looking into.
Hang on. He also vowed to not refill them. Biden admin cancels plans to refill emergency oil reserves, so he's depleting and not refilling. We need that. Biden admin cancels plan to refill emergency oil reserves amid high prices. If you're not setting somebody up for failure, bud, that is the definition. That's fucking sketchy. The reserves are ready for war and shit like that, which we are fucking heading to, and you're shitting on our supplies.
Well, that's because I'm pretty sure they're trying to push an all-electric thing, which an all-electric agenda, The problem with going an all electric agenda is that the infrastructure we currently have in place in the United States cannot support this in any way.
No, that's why they tell you to turn your air conditioner off in the summer because it'll crash the grid. I get a letter about it every summer, literally. And I tell them, fuck you. I pay my shit and turn that bitch on. Not going to tell me what to do.
I don't know.
So-
Some of these decisions just don't make any sense to me.
They make sense to me. Makes total sense to me.
For negative reasons or positive reasons?
Negative as fuck, dude. You're going to tell me everything going on right now isn't. It almost, dude, this isn't true, not proven anyways, but it almost legitimately gives off the fucking like shit of a coup. You ain't gonna tell me it doesn't.
What do you mean?
Like it gives off the feeling of a coup.
Okay, let me rephrase the question. How so?
Crash the economy, puts the people in such a shitty spot that they'll do whatever the fuck it takes to get out of it, and then you set somebody up that says, "I promise I can fix this," and then they're fucking in. Get the people to the point where they can't even fight back to make the decision because they can't even fucking eat groceries. They can't afford to drive their car to go and protest this or this or that or even do anything about it. And then you're in the door. How many times have we seen coups done across the world, dude? And how do they do it? You start fucking riots in their country. You start uprising. You destroy their economy. It's exactly
We're
what
the ones who do that.
Yeah, but it's
It's our
happening to us
country.
now. Look at it.
I'm living it.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that's exactly what is happening, but to me, that's what the fuck it feels like, dude. I'm not lying. But I don't think the coup is like China's coming in to replace our government. I think it's a one world order coup, which go into our BRICS thing, and that will tell you a shitload about a lot of that. It's fucking crazy. You guys remember to like and subscribe. We're here to give you the details and do what we got to do to get you guys the truth. This is the Intellect In. Like, subscribe, follow, and comment what your opinion is. You will not be hated on for it. We legitimately promise.
Stay tuned for our next episode when we start covering the UN's preparing to go into Haiti.
Oh, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be a crazy one, guys. All right. Peace, love. See you later.
Intellect In, signing off.
Peace.